and explain for everybody everything. Thank you for everybody who can watch for us. And if you have question, you can call na 267-355-3927. Any can question, we answer. Hi.
Hi there.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
Great. And I'm happy because you're here today, my guest here.
Thank
And I'm
you.
hope that we explain for everybody, for people, how God work, met energy, and how the product work, met energy too, and for God.
Okay, so first I've been kidnapped to New Jersey.
Knuckle police.
I came out to stay with, we call her affectionately Dr. G. I came out here to her place, which is, first of all, incredibly serene. It's on a really amazing piece of land, and it's just so serene. This is where she grows everything naturally for her products, and nature is here. There were horses right next door. I'm so excited to talk to the horses. But I met Dr. G. It's only been 2 weeks. And, I know you guys know that my mom was a healer, so I'm very familiar with energy work and body work and things like that. And so Dr. G is a healer. Her gifts come from God. She's not Reiki or anything like that. She also makes natural products for health, and I've been taking her products. And I know you guys have seen some of my, well, I haven't been real public about it, but lately I've been sharing my journey about my health and how things had like greatly declined for me. And to be honest, I felt like I was dead. I really did. I was pushing, and you know how us Black women, we push until we fall off the cliff, but I wasn't feeling good at all. I have rheumatoid arthritis, and because of that, I started to have renal failure, kidney issues, which placed me on the transplant list for my kidney. During my journey, I was looking for support here in New York. I'm in Brooklyn. I don't know if some of you know that I'm originally from California. I know a lot of you who really know me know. My family is in California, but I was trying to make things work here. I didn't feel like I had the support that I needed for after surgery, so I postponed that. I actually had a couple of offers for organs, but something just didn't feel right. Something told me definitely to refuse dialysis. My doctor my nephrologist kept pushing for dialysis. Even my primary was saying, we may need to talk, and I refused dialysis. And then, I did agree to go on a transplant list, but I was offered a couple of organs 3 times, actually. I'm a little ashamed to say. And I turned them down. At the time, I turned them down because I felt like I didn't have the support for after surgery. And that's a real crucial time. Actually, I have a cousin who's going through the same thing that I'm going through. She has lupus, which is another autoimmune disease, and it affected her kidneys. She just had a transplant, and she almost died a couple of times. Going through it, I've been praying for her and going through things with her journey. So I know what it looks like, and being a nurse for 25 years, I know what this looks like, and that's what I did not want. But, I have really great doctors who really care about me and love me. And so I was listening to them to an extent because I didn't follow all the things they wanted me to do. And then God blessed me with Dr. G. Almost like right on time. I know that some of you know that I'm making my transition to California. And my plan was to move to California at the end of this month, which I'm still trying to do. But in between there, the miracle is I met Dr. G. And I've been getting treatments from her. It's been night and day. I don't know if you can see it in my face. I don't know if you can see it in my energy because I have been hiding a little bit. So I don't know if you guys know what's been going on with me. But I don't know if you can see the difference. But my energy is totally different now. I just feel like a new person. She wanted me to come and be with her for 2 weeks, but I was like, I can't do 2 weeks. I'm about to leave. So she said, okay, at least 1 week. So I came to stay with her for 1 week. And that's what I'm doing here now. And I have to say, you know, her sending me energy over the phone and then taking her products. And, you know, I had one session of body work with her. I just feel like a completely different person. My mobility is different. My energy level is different. I stopped taking my injections for the rheumatoid arthritis. And, you know, little aches and pains here and there. But before, I would have been immobile without taking those injections. And that is not the case today. I am 2 weeks without my injections, and I'm doing really good. I feel emotional, but
It's okay. It's normal always.
yeah, it's been a journey. I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot, and it's hard because I'm a public person. You know, I'm an entertainer. I'm a performer. There are times when I had to figure out how many stairs. You know, if I go to an event, how many stairs do I have to climb? Do I have to stand at the event? You know, you guys watch the Oscars and all these award shows, and I was like, oh my God, like when I was on Judas and the Black Messiah, and I wanted to go to the Oscars, you know, but that was during COVID, so, you know, we didn't get to go. But the first thing I think about is, how would I climb stairs? How would I get on stage? How would I do this? How would I do that? And it's always second guessing myself on what my body can do, you know, and I don't feel that now. And in just 2 weeks, I'm looking at things differently now.
And you change a lot. I want to show you a moment. I'm sorry. I want to show for people that see how you change now. That see everybody. That here is the proof. How she look these 5 days. How she look now. Beautiful. Total difference woman. 10 years younger.
So I wanted to introduce you guys to Dr. G because God has given her gifts and given her products to make people better. And it's a journey. I'm not saying like magic, snap your fingers, you're going to be fine, but it's a consistency. But I know that just in a couple of days, I felt completely better. And I know that I have a journey to go, but the proof is in how I feel and how different I feel. And I feel like, okay, what could hurt me doing things naturally, and I still check my blood pressure. I still, am in contact with my doctors and things like that. But I'm doing this to follow, to see how I'm doing. And I'm doing great. It's working. I'm feeling better. Again, it's a journey. So no, it doesn't happen in a day, but it does happen.
How can you explain for everybody you take a product? What product you take and how you like the product?
I am taking the syrup I do this twice a day. I take like a shot of it, I guess like a whiskey shot or whatever of it, in the morning and at night. And then Dr. G, I call her. She sends me energy over the phone. I also am okay. First of all, let me tell you, this body cream, baby, this body cream and her soap is amazing. It is amazing. Honey, my skin was soft before, but honey, touch me now. My skin is so soft and it feels so cleansing. And then also the facial cream. I use the facial cream as well on my face every morning. And then with the body cream, you don't need a lot. I just stick my finger in and then like does my leg, you know. So you don't need a lot of the product. I know this is a little jar, and I've already gone through it in a week, but you don't need a lot of this. And then the 911 cream. The 911 cream, because I have like aches and pains and things like that, so I put it on my important places, like, you know, I may have problems with my ankles because of the rheumatoid arthritis. I may have problems with my neck. I may have problems with my back one time or my knees. I put this especially on those places. But she also has a green cream that is good for your joints. So she also has a green cream that's good for your joints that you can put on your body. And all this is natural. The 911 cream is also edible. So you can take, you know, a finger of the 911 cream too. So it heals the inside as well as the outside. So she has her products available. And you can contact me so I can get you her link and everything for you to get her products. She also has, like, you know, a lip balm that's pretty amazing, and she's always upgrading her products and everything. But everything that she is making here comes from her farm. And then she's growing berries. I can't wait to eat some of these berries because the deer are eating all the berries.
Better say it's out there.
Yes, right?
The deer is hungry too.
The deer are hungry too. They need berries. But her dream is to have a retreat where people can come and, you know, and come to her bed and breakfast and be treated to healing. She also had a bee house that she built that she would like to start again. And, you know, there's so many things that God has blessed her with to help people. The bee house, she had it set up where people who have breathing issues could breathe in like the pollen from the bees, and it would cure them of the of asthma, of whatever breathing issues they may have, any lung issues they have, they would be better. So she has plans for the future for things that she wants to help people even further. But for right now, she has some products. You guys need to get some of these products. And, you know, if you're skeptical, that's okay. The thing is that try it and see how it feels for you. And I promise you, I guarantee it, you'll feel better. Get the syrup, get one bottle, see how it does you, and see how better you feel. You'll be calling back to order more.
This lemon syrup, this cleansing syrup, you take for both.
Yes.
You take for both.
Yes.
Both you like more for both of one.
I don't think. Well, you know, I like all of your products only because they all make me feel really better. But I am very partial to that body cream. I was like, I gotta get some more of this. But yeah, I'm just saying that, you know, if you have illnesses, if you are struggling with your health, you got to see Dr. G. And again, this is not Reiki. This is not some, made up kind of a thing. She gets her messages from God, and she just wants to spread the word so she can make people better. That is her mission in life, to follow what God has told her and given her, and to make people better. And she wants people to spread the word about what she's doing here, because there's a lot of people who are not well, because our earth is, well, first of all, our world right now is about greed, and our healthcare system is not about making people better, but it's about how sick can I make you so you could come back and get some more of these drugs, and sometimes it's the medications that are not making us feel well. There's all kind of side effects and stuff from medications and everything. They keep us on treatments that keep us coming back. They're killing us slowly. I was just watching a documentary about the earth and how we can heal ourselves, but we're doing things wrong. That God made an ecosystem that things work together for the good of them. And we've been going against that. We've been going against nature, and the reason why the earth is in the place that it is now. So, my thing, especially from my background, my mother being a healer, my family coming from a lineage of healers, my first inclination is to try herbs before I try medication, before I was running out of options. And so I acquiesced to what my doctors were telling me. But if I had found something that worked for me, then that's what I was trying first. And I thank God I had doctors that understood who I was and understood my background. And they were like, okay, what's in it? But they would allow me to explore that. Not that they had a choice, but they at least weren't the kind of doctors that would say, oh no, don't do that, or I can't talk about that, or and I know you guys have had doctors that if you asked anything that was healthy or something that was not Western medicine, they were very much against it. And I was blessed to have doctors that indulged me, where it came to things that were natural. All of our products are natural. So it's like, what's the harm in trying to see what works for you? And this has really worked for me.
People is so skeptic, Your mama work with energy, people how skeptic. Skeptic, maybe people no believe in God. People skeptic if try too many stuff in their life, treatment by go by Reiki or go by Simmers on different, and then if come in a right place and I'm tell the truth. And directly, I'm always directly,
Yes.
directly.
Yes. She's very abrupt. She's from Macedonia, so she's a little abrupt. So you have to excuse her the way she comes at you, but she's very passionate about the things of God. And I think that's where that comes from. And what I really admire about her is she's fearless. She's very much fearless, which I think you need in a situation where not everybody believes. Some people say they believe in God, but they don't trust. And I understand, we're human and we deal with people. And so not always have people shown up for us in the way that they say they are. And so from human experience, you always have in the back of your mind, is this real or not? I can tell you by the way I feel and what I've been through and fighting so hard just to get out of bed every day, to get things done. I mean, I've done a lot in a very short amount of time, feeling horrible because I've been on a mission to get things done. But, it's it's a night and day situation when you feel better, when you have the energy to do the things that you're doing, when you can walk, when you are without pain. And I've had to deal with all these things. Um, First time in my life of being an actress for almost 30 years, I had to say I have to take a break. And I've never taken a break from my creative life from acting, but I was not feeling well. I was not doing good.
And now you now jump on the bed, for good, happy,
Yes.
strong,
Yes.
and see God. I won't tell for everybody. God always say 2 weeks gave for people proof. 2 weeks you try. Not too much cost that you try
Right.
and you change your life.
Yes.
No be skeptic.
Right.
If somebody tell you accept the truth,
Right.
if you not accept the truth, then you cannot try.
Yes.
You need to accept truth, what God tell you, and start see. I knows nothing. I can try everything. I can
Right.
try. See, you try 2 weeks. You change a lot, and to this you change. People need that now. How need that people not believe in God. You know. And people can start to believe if try that God can heal you, Jesus can heal you. Because somebody say if I'm not saying Jesus, she no believe. Because people don't understand who is
Yeah.
Jesus, who is God.
Right.
It's
Right.
no growing up from father, from mother,
Right.
no teach. And so that then people know now who is God, how God work, how God heal people of Jesus. In the church, no explain people everything. In the church, I'm always saying it, people speak good for both, for God, for Jesus, that people start to believe.
Yeah.
Because one is God, one Jesus is, you be black or be white or be green or different color. Is one God for everybody.
Yes.
Of religion.
Yes.
Here is no religion.
Yeah.
Here is one God.
Yeah.
In the world, everybody have a different religion.
Right.
I'm a same is one God.
Yeah.
They
And I
believe
learned
in-
that when I was a kid. My dad was a metaphysician, and my dad actually showed me a map of how the religions broke off and at what time chronologically that happened. Everybody started from one religion. So you say, okay, I don't want to worship God this way. I want to worship God that way. Okay, so you break off and you make your own thing, and so things started breaking off, but it came from one God. We're all worshiping one God. But the thing is, too, is your belief and your faith in the things of God. And Jesus, um, you know, he taught the disciples to do what he was doing. Like, I'm not going to be here forever, but I'm going to teach you how to do this. You go out in the world and you do these things. So the miracles that Jesus was doing, he passed that on to the disciples. The disciples rode with him all that time and was his homeboys during that time, so they could witness the things of God, so they can witness the possibilities of God. And then he commissioned them to go out and do the same. So
he showed for people that God life, God is here.
yes,
So like he say, follow me. He no say follow me, follow God. I follow God too, my Father.
yes,
And he want open eye for everybody, for the people.
yeah,
He was here that learn for us, that teach us, that started, that we believe in God. Because see now time coming again back from
Yeah.
Jesus' time. A lot of
Yes.
people don't understand.
yes.
Always
Well, I mean, I think we could look at the times and tell something is happening.
Yeah.
Things are very crucial.
yes.
Things are happening in the world that are really, really crazy. And you have to see that these are the things that are talked about in Revelations. I mean, things are really crazy. And it's like coming to a defining place where you choose which path you're going to go, you know? Um, but besides all that, we're getting deep here. Besides all that, I am proof that um, Dr. G's products do work. Her energy healing has helped me tremendously, um, to give me back my energy, um, to heal me. Um, that I'm changing from the inside out. Um, and, we'll see, we'll continue this journey and see how things are going. But right now, me and God and Dr. G are on a path for healing. And I am feeling different every day, and I'm feeling stronger every day, and not taking any medication. I'm not taking my blood pressure medication. I'm not taking my injections for my rheumatoid arthritis, which is, oh my God. I was in such incredible pain. My mom used to, send me energy and lay hands on me. I remember when I was working at Jamaica Medical as a nurse, and I would come home from work, and I would be stuck in the train station because I could not walk home. I could not walk, and my mom would have to send me energy just to get me home. That's how much pain I was in. That's how much discomfort I was in. Um, and I am 2 weeks without my injections that I've been having to take since 2014, and I'm able to walk. I'm still able to walk. Um, like I said, there's still some aches and pains, but I'm not debilitated like I was. Um, and so that's my proof that it's working. And I know about energy healing again because of my mom, so I know it works. Um, so, what say you? What do you want for your healing? What do you need? You can call Dr. G and have a consultation. She will be able to recommend what products would be good for you and what you're going through. Um, Give her a call and see what it is that she can do for you, her and this partnership with God that she has.
Have a lot of people we bite of kidney transplant and have problem.
Cancer.
Yeah, cancer.
She's helped
everything.
people with cancer.
What can
She's-
you say for people we buy for transplant kidney? Because you buy too, you don't need now no more. You is better. You be more better. You start a new life now. How can I explain for people we buy for kidney transplant? Because a lot of people I know have problem.
I don't want to say not listen to your doctor or not do this or not do that. All I'm saying is try it. Try her, healing session with her energy healing. Try her products so you can be, you can have your own experience with this. So I'm not going to put my experience on somebody else, but what I will say is try. Try God. Try her products. Try the energy healing that she provides and see how this changes for you. And then you'll have your own testimony as to how this works for you. That I will say. I can only speak for myself, and I've always been that way. I don't tell people about God for them. I never have, but I've always talked to people about my experience with God. And people's experiences with God, people's relationships with God are different. So I can say for me, how God speaks to me. I can say what God has done for me. All I'm saying is leave the door open for what God can do for you.
Everybody here today and I'm say again, I'm speak a lot time and tell, try 2 weeks every time, 6 years in
Yes.
a year. Try 2 weeks
Yes.
and you see difference, you start a new life, you change a lot. And I'm gay for 10 years younger. More no. 10. It's okay for everybody.
You're not as cute as I am, so I don't know if you got to 10 years. But no.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing is that what harm would it do to try God? Try God's way, you know? To try something that's healthy, to try something, that's not going to poison your system, you know? Uh, Try for 2 weeks and see how you feel. And then that way you'll have your own testimony as to what God has done for you.
And I have a book. In the book, I explain everything how I work on God energy. Everything is real here, and you can see there, and maybe you can change your name. And I won't tell for everybody. Alysia have book. Who won't buy? I will put on the Facebook number. I will put share the link. Everybody can buy book from Alicia. She explained everything in the book for your life, that you change your life.
So, Dr. G, I was here for her products, but she's helping me out here. So I have spent, as much as I've been an actress for 30 years, I've also been a woman of service to my community. So I spent 25 years as a licensed nurse and 8 years as a doula. I have a passion for moms and babies, and so I've worked in maternal health. When my health started declining, and I'm getting a little older, I'm a sexy 58. I said I needed to start doing things differently. So I wanted to take the wisdom that I've learned over the years, and I want to save my community. We all know what the reports have been for maternal morbidity. Women are dying. Black women are dying. I've seen the differences with maternal health in the years that I've practiced. And so I wrote books. I wrote 3 books for my sisters to basically let them feel like they have somebody has their arms around them or is taking them by the hand and say, let me walk with you through this journey. And I think that's what my books feel like. So my first book is Soul Fed. It's on Amazon. It takes you for wellness and nutrition. It gives you exercises. There's recipes from the motherland, very cultural, from preconception, how to build your body nutritionally, all the way through postpartum, all 4 trimesters. So from building your body to get ready for pregnancy, sustaining your body while you're in pregnancy, and healing your body after pregnancy. And that's called Soul Fed. The next book that I have is The Empowered Birth Blueprint. And that one is to help women of color advocate for themselves in facilities, in the hospital. That's a really, really great book to help you navigate the system, teach you who's on your medical team, what's the difference between a midwife and a doula. It gives you affirmations. It gives you scripts on what to say or how to talk to your doctor, what questions to ask, how to ask for a tour of the hospital, to ask your doctor, what they believe, like, will they allow you to do different positions while you're birthing? Those kinds of things to help you through that journey. My third book is called Soul Tended. It's about maternal mental health. And when I started out, it was about maternal mental health, but I noticed that it was also addressing the misconception of the strong Black woman, pushing through beyond your your capacity, not giving self-care, not taking a moment for yourself. It talks about, of course, the diagnoses of mental health, maternal mental health, postpartum depression, psychosis, things like that. But it also addresses things that have not been addressed. How women get through if they go through adoption, how women get through after birthing that their baby is in NICU and they have to go home without a baby. What about if you're a surrogate? You've had a baby, your body went through the whole journey of having a baby. What do you do with that emptiness now, even though you gave as a gift? Things like that are covered in the book. And I also have written 3 workbooks that are like activity books. It's like a journal. It's like an active journal. There's some fun things in there, so it's not all heavy, but it basically takes you through so you can come out healing. And that's really, really important. So my 3rd book, Tended, and the workbooks, I am working on getting them published, but we do have Soul Fed, and the Empowered Birth Blueprint is on Amazon.
Okay. We have somebody, she want to ask her some. Hi, Vesna, how are you?
I'm following you with great attention. Yeah. Alysia, thank you very much for sharing your story.
You're welcome.
I have few of them to share with you guys. Okay, just this very morning, guys, I was about to die. And obviously what I did, I just shouted across the pond. I mean, I was literally dying. I had such a massive headache. And this has been going on now since January. But obviously, with all my sort of lifestyle and all that, I didn't speak to Dr. G immediately. And I said, I'll be okay with few painkillers. And I'll be okay with few painkillers and so on and so forth. And then all of a sudden, all the symptoms are gone. So somewhere end of January, it started in January, and I was unwell for about 2 months. And then the symptoms were gone all of a sudden. And somewhere end of May, we had a massive heat wave, which doesn't really happen in England that often. Mm-hmm. So temperature over here can be around 25, but that's the maximum. I'm in England for a long time, and I have experienced like maybe a couple of years when the temperature has gone over 30 degrees. And the symptoms came back. So you wouldn't want to know. But the doctors in this country are so ignorant. They don't care about you. Yeah. I have heard about 30 different opinions in less than 2 or 3 weeks. Less than that.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. And just a couple of days ago, obviously, I had to go by the former route. And the doctor who gave me pills a while ago made me worse. And technically, I told him, I complained that didn't work. I feel much worse than I was. And he said, that's okay. I mean, what on this earth, you tell me, can be, that's okay if you don't feel well? I mean, nothing is okay. Right. Absolutely nothing. And there is complete lack of empathy. However you feel, they won't show you any support. They won't tell you, oh, yeah, I understand. I'm sorry you're going through all this. So Dr. G started actually to treat me now, the last treatment I'm talking about, like 10 days ago. Uh-huh. And 10 days ago, I think. Yeah.
4 days.
4 days.
4 days we were together.
4 days altogether. Okay. Sorry, I'm still confused.
What happened now?
And what makes me sort of feeling worse, I'm dizzy. Yeah. So I'm not stable on my feet, and that's very bad. So
Yeah.
technically that prevents me from my normal life.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I can drive, but not very long distances because obviously I'm scared. And
Right.
secondly, I don't work at the moment. I just sit like an idiot here watching my symptoms to disappear.
Yeah.
So very bad, yes. And yeah, I mean, I shouted today, I'm not well. So she called me like literally in about 10 minutes. And she said, stop panicking. You're not dying. You will be fine. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
said, but this headache is massive. I can't bear it. I can't go out. I mean, I can't go down to make a breakfast or something.
Yeah.
And it was very bad, really. You know what? I'm not sort of somebody who experiences headaches often.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I was very, very healthy throughout my life, and I was very active. Yes, I have 2 boys, and Dr. G knows them both. And I was literally what they do, I was doing with them. Yes, so we swam together, we went to the skating rink together, we cycled together, whatever.
Very
Yes, so
Yeah.
I was that active. And then this is coming now, one by one. But fortunately, I know Dr. G. Now, there was a point which you made, and that sounded really very right to me. So the point is that if you ask me, I would rely on Dr. G. Yes, that's my first and last option. Well, technically, I offered her to adopt her, but she said she doesn't want to live here. And now I have to shout across the pond whenever I need her. Now, the point is that how bad the medicine is in this country, the formal medicine, I mean. I'm European, by the way, and I know Europe very, very well. I have lived in a couple of countries, the most developed countries in Europe, yes?
Yeah.
And I was in position to speak to people, and I'm always curious how people live, what do they do. I mean, literally just like your story you said now. And I sort of found immediately, points which I can identify myself with yourself. And that makes us people humans, yes? Because we have to have empathy for each other, sympathy for each other, yes? Nowadays, although we cannot live without the formal medicine, the doctors behave as we were a piece of nothing, or rather piece of an object, whatever. I mean, ever so often in this country, it happened that I said, you know what, I had high temperature and this and that happened. Oh, that's okay. I mean, your answer cannot be that's okay. Because the only thing you're showing with that is that you don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you can at least say, oh, I'm sorry you don't feel well. At least that.
They call it bedside, bedside manner, but that's exactly what you're saying is empathy. What does it take for you to be empathetic to somebody? You're at their bedside and you're handing them the worst news of their life, and you're just stone-faced, I mean, you have to have, it took me so long to find the doctor that I had. I went through so much. The thing is that as a nurse, I knew better, I was always thinking, who's going to come behind me? They're not going to know better. They're going to take everything this doctor says for word, and they're not going to question it because they're the doctor, I've been through so many bad doctors. I had a doctor before I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. I knew something was going on with my body. I didn't know what. I know that I was having all these symptoms, all these things were happening. My mobility was becoming really, really bad. My endurance was starting to, even though I was working out, then I couldn't, the only thing I could work out and do was to work out in the pool because that didn't hurt me, didn't hurt my joints. But I went to a doctor, and it was a GI doctor, and she was a chief. And so she asked me what my symptoms were, and I told her, she said, that's too many things. I can't put all that in my computer. Then she says to me, how much do you weigh? but she was able to look and see what my blood pressure was. I said, the same place you looked for my blood pressure is where my weight is. And so, like playing games with me. And then she told me there's nothing wrong with you. If you just stop eating Kentucky Fried Chicken and McDonald's, you'll be fine. And I was like, did you ask me if I ate those things? I can't eat that. Are you kidding me? And I was like, if you didn't want to practice, you should have retired. I feel for the person who's going to come after me, because they're going to think you're God, and they're going to take your word for it, what you're saying, and you're killing them. You need to retire. And so, like what you're saying, like, your interactions with doctors and things, I just think we have to have a different mentality about how we heal ourselves, how we approach medicine, how we approach healing, because at the very core of the medical field is money, unfortunately, and money before people. And it's never been so evident as to right now in the era that we're in this climate that we're in, that people care a lot more about money than they do about people.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Treat you the doctor now.
But Dr. G is different.
That's very unfortunate, Alysia. As I said, I have some insight in other countries, and I have seen many countries in my life, technically. I'm not sure whether you have heard Turkey, has managed.
I experienced what they do in Turkey. How is the healthcare system in Turkey?
It's not
One of the best in the world.
No, that is not true. No, you don't understand. There is only make money. Everybody, I tell you, started the stem cell 40 years ago in Russia, in China. Everybody go there. Now it's in America, stem cell. Stem cell tell everybody can cure. No, that is not true. Same Turkey. Everything is for money. Who is healed? Is nobody healed. 30,000 look up Facebook, look up social media. People pay a lot of money, and nobody's now better.
Well, that is partly true. But if you examine all the countries in overall terms and experiences, Turkey is one of the best, definitely. And technically, the official studies are showing that the best healthcare in the world have three countries, and that is Japan, Switzerland, and Germany. I mean, they are bad, yes, all of them. My sons live in Germany. My sons live in Germany. I lived in Switzerland. I have seen Swiss doctors. I have seen German doctors. They're good in that category of formal medicine. I'm not aware of Japan. But in overall terms, formal medicine, as you said, it is all about money. And if you know how much you pay insurance in Switzerland, in Germany, and other countries, you will feel sick. Comparing to the holistic approach Dr. G has, it's obviously something totally different. So me, for example, in my experience, and she's been treating me now for longer than 10 years for different issues I was having. For example, I was very bad after the gallbladder removal operation. I don't know why. The operation went perfectly all right. And technically, when everything was, she told me, don't do the operation because that is stupid. That is not necessary. And I didn't take her advice. Nevertheless, after the operation, I was really very bad. And I mean, she treated me like twice, maybe 3 times, and I was perfectly all right. I was back on my feet. Well, this approach, firstly, the energy is unique. So, as I said, there are some people who self-advertise themselves in Europe. You can call them, you can speak to them, but they don't have the power which Dr. G has. And as far as I follow, she hasn't actually made mistake in her diagnosis. So the very moment she sees you, she scans you, literally scanning, yes, like a scan, and she would tell you what is wrong. Apart from the gallbladder, the first time, I can't even remember what was that. Was that stress? The first time you treated me?
First time talk was a long time.
That was a long, very long time. I agree with you. Yes.
Yeah, sure. You have some stress, depression, and it's not that we speak now.
Something like that. Yeah. But I was there in person. Yeah.
Time is too fast, everybody, and yeah. When you speak to doctor, how is doctor bad, no bad? You know how people is.
Considering that the Dr. G has all those blessings, let me put it that way, gifts rather, however, obviously she can't understand us normal people sometimes, yes, because she knows more. She can do more. No, hold on. Just a couple of days ago, just a couple of days ago, I'm saying, I didn't sleep well. I slept only like 6.5 hours. And she's like, excuse me, 6.5 hours? I sleep only 4 hours.
She does not sleep.
I mean, hello. You know who slept only a couple of hours? I mean, every single night, only a couple of hours. And that is one of the most famous names in the history of this civilization. And I think she will be the next. Nikola Tesla was the one who slept only a couple of hours.
She's helping people 24/7.
Well, she does, but I mean, we cannot compare ourselves with her. We need to sleep. Yeah, we're normal.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I need my sleep.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm strong. I'm good. See,
yeah, you are.
God protect me for everything, and see, I'm help everybody. You look great. I'm happy. She look great. I'm happy. That is my mission. Yeah. And I'm safe for one word. Every doctor, if here, no here, can send the patient. The patient be better because it's no half medication can cure or heal any diseases. People with cancer, people with MS or some different diagnoses, or COVID. Everybody.
COVID.
That's it. We're here for help everybody in the world. My mission is, and I work with God energy. He gave me power. I'm work with everybody. Look, we have proof here, and people won't believe, no believe is for people. Take your book. What's the book?
You know what? Let's share this podcast and experiences, because I really feel sorry sometimes of other people not being in position to meet her. Yeah.
Thank you for everybody for watch us today. And won't you say something for end and we finish? Thank you, Vesna, for speak.
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody who have question can go in the website of Google, in any kind of social media. I'm there. I work 24 hours for any kind of question. I'm here. For help, I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. You have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. Speak soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.